I would now like to introduce the visionary behind LifeCell International, Mr. Mayur Abhaya, Managing Director, who is a pioneer in the field of biotechnology. With an unwavering commitment to innovation and excellence, Mr. Abhaya has consistently pushed the boundaries of scientific discovery. I now invite Mr. Abhaya to grace the stage and give you more details about LifeCell International and its products.
Thank you everyone for joining us today for this press event. It's a pleasure to welcome all of you. Before the announcement, what I would like to do is give you a brief introduction about LifeCell. LifeCell is a company that got incorporated in 2004 as the country's first private cord blood bank. This was in technical collaboration with CryoCell, which is the world's first cord blood bank based in the US. And we've started the quality standards very high right from the start. So we were the first bank in Asia to be accredited by the American Association of Blood Banks. We have patients who've taken their blood samples and got stem cell transplants done not just in India but also in US, Singapore and many other countries, and our samples have been accepted for use there. We have been able to raise capital at various stages so that we could increase the awareness of these services, make them more affordable. 2 rounds of investment, first with Helion Ventures way back in 2014, and then just about a year and a half back by OrbiMed Ventures, about 225 crores was raised to support the growth agenda. We work beyond just the storage of stem cells. We also preserve the placental tissue, convert them into natural wound bandages. And more than 1 million placental tissues are distributed all over the world. We are the only provider of that tissue in India. We also are dealing with genomic services. We screen the maximum number of pregnancies and newborns in the country for inherited genetic disorders. Today, we are expanding our portfolio of services. And what is different here is that not only these services, while these services are being available already by most routine labs, what is different today is that for the first time in the country, this is going to be possible to do it right in the privacy of one's home. Right? One doesn't need to come into contact with anyone. One doesn't have to walk into a clinic. One doesn't have to have a phlebo come home and do a collection. You order the kits virtually. You receive the kit box through courier, very discreet packaging, so that the privacies continue to be maintained. You collect the sample at your convenient time, right? It doesn't have to be done in immediate collection. Sometimes you need to do at a specific time, like on a hormone test, you need to do on the day 2 or day 3 of the cycle. The kits are picked back by our return courier system. They reach our central processing lab in Chennai, which is premier facility, which is about 70,000 plus square feet. We do wide range of tests, about 3,500 different kinds of tests. Every day we process thousands of samples out there. We are a registered now sperm bank also. And what is important with all of these tests, why are we doing it? Right? It is because some of these tests are associated with a lot of personal concerns. Right? People find it as a stigma to talk about sexually transmitted diseases, talk about even menopause. A lot of women don't even discuss with their families and near dear ones because they think people around them won't understand them. So delays in testing causes a lot of concerns. Not only it increases the cost of doing treatment later on, and makes it more complex. Do it at the right time, it's simpler, cheaper. More importantly, you also save lives, right? Something like an HPV cancer screening done at the right time, can actually prevent the progression of cancer. So we are addressing concerns from not just women's health. We're talking about men's health, fertility. A couple at home doesn't have to deal with the stress of knowing what's the cause of infertility. And a lot of them go to self-medication. A lot of them delay the time that it takes to get to the clinics to get the right answers. And we hope that we can solve for those problems, provide the right answers in a timely manner, in a private and convenient, confidential manner. Right? And these tests are being done in our labs, which are already servicing clinicians across the country. We have more than 200 plus cities where we do the collection of these samples from. We have more than 4,000 plus clinicians who refer these samples to us. So the same labs where we do these routine testings is where they're also being repurposed to also do these self-collection testing also. And what we do is, once the samples are collected, we also provide the complete comprehensive service. Not only do we test these samples, we can also, like sperm, we can even freeze them down for future use. Today, someone who is not ready to start a family but concerned about future fertility, we can solve for that also by having them frozen for at least 10 plus years. We also provide them consultation with a network of virtual doctors and physical clinics also where we can refer to them for the treatments also. And what we've done is with this integrated approach, hopefully, provided, the ability to do proactive health management, right? So that the health is addressed comprehensively, timely, cost-effectively also. And while my colleagues now will share the list of services that are being available in detail, I'll very briefly touch upon the list of services that we have. Right, so SpermScore, which is the semen analysis test that we have. SpermVault, which is the freezing of these sperms for up to 10 years of time. We have OvaScore, which is the hormone test for women. There are about at least 11 plus hormones are tested for. InferGenes, those who have primary infertility. And we do a genetic test for at least about 30 to 40 genes which are well established to be the root cause of infertility. At least about 25% of these infertility causes could be because of an inherited genetic condition. So we help provide that diagnosis also. We have the menopause test also, perimenopause. So one can predict, how long will it take to get to menopause, right? So it tells you, are you within the menopause period within 5 years or not? Right? It's an FDA approved test that we have. HPV for cervical cancer screening, a swab test that is done right in convenience one's home. Sexual health conditions which are chlamydia, gonorrhea, one of the highest causes of infections in women and many other associated conditions that they deal with. We have the sexually transmitted conditions also, HIV and many other conditions that we screen for. OmegaScore, this is something where the breast milk is screened for, for the content of DHA, where the children are exclusively breastfed. We want to be sure that the quality of the breast milk is also appropriate. So we provide that test. GenesPass, this is for something not only you want to have a baby, but a healthy baby. So we screen for 2,000 plus genes which could be causing an inherited condition in the baby right within the first 2 years of birth. Right? So proactively one screens for it so one can take the right medical advice at the right time. We also have many more launches lined up. Some of the interesting ones are the egg freezing, where post the screening of hormones, everything looks good. Women have a little bit more challenging where they have to walk into an IVF clinic, but we provide a network of clinics where we help engage, provide the hand holding, so the collection of the eggs are done, frozen down, and then maintained at our labs for long-term preservation. We also have these pharmacological genomic tests, where one can have personalized medicine recommendations also being done. This is for someone who has medications for a lifetime, like in the case of diabetes, cardiovascular, many other conditions. You want to be sure that the medicine works for you rather than go through a trial and error process. So with the power of genomics, this is possible to tailor-make the medicine recommendations. Women's cancer tests, not only HPV cervical cancer, but now you can even screen for breast cancer and ovarian cancer, the most common cancers in women. So even those can be done with the convenience of one's home. With that, I'll take a pause and we have Neha.